Every December, we all play the same game. We open up a fresh notebook, write goals for next year on the top, and then we dump everything we're secretly hoping will fix our life. Getting fit, making more money, reading more, being consistent, growing in life, and a whole lot more that sets us on fire for a few weeks. After all, it's the energy of a new planner with new habits and new goals. But then, February happens. The notebook finds itself in a drawer, completely forgotten, and our life quietly goes back to exactly how it was. When this happens, it's easy to take the blame and say, I just can't get things done. I am not good at achieving goals. But I don't think your problem is that you're bad at goals. I think your problem is this. What you're trying to set as goals are the things you want to achieve and not who you want to become, and that never works. So in this video, I'm not going to ask you to set goals that what do you want to achieve or what do I want next year. Instead, I'm going to ask you a much more uncomfortable but much more powerful question. Who do I want to become next year? Because once that changes, well, guess what? All those goals on your list, they stop being goals. They stop being things you have to chase, and they start becoming the natural byproducts of your new version. Let's dive into that. You may not have realized this, but most times in life, we don't actually set goals. Instead, here's what we actually do. We create a wish list for the future. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to make X amount of money. I want to gain so many followers. I want to read 30 books. But all of that is about one thing. And what's that? Results. And the one thing about results is that you can't really control them. You can't control the outcomes that you get in your life. And that is why those never really end up becoming your goals, because they say nothing about your lifestyle or the person that you are becoming. And that's like this. It's like saying, I want mangoes, but you're refusing to plant the tree, and then you're surprised, oh my God, things just aren't happening. Well, let's take an example to understand where that is going wrong. Here's the mistake you make. When you set a goal, let's say that goal is, I want to get fit. You set that, you create an intention, you create a specific target. But then your actions are this. You wake up late, you feel demotivated, you end up eating the wrong things. You're like, why do I even have to exercise, and this and that, and all your excuses start coming out. And then you wonder, why am I not able to achieve my goal? Well, it's because of this. On January 1st, you did write the goal, you did that. I'm not saying you didn't. But here's the part you missed out. You didn't change the way you felt about yourself when you set that goal. In your mind, the identity still was, I'm not a fitness person, but I'll still try. And trying never works, because the more you try, the more effortful it is. The more effortful it is, the more you burn out and the faster you burn out. So the key is not to set another target like that. No, because the moment you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure once again. Instead, here's what you need to do. You need to change the way you look at your goals and make them about lifestyle, not results. So what's the alternative, and how can you set a lifestyle goal? It's to ask yourself a different question, and that is, what kind of person do I want to be living as next year? Now, this is not about numbers or specific targets or specific goals. Instead, it's about approaching everything from a different angle. Instead of saying, I want to lose 10 kilos, what if you answered that question as, I want to become the kind of person who absolutely loves to exercise, eat healthy, and take care of themselves. Now, when you think from that lens, losing that weight or becoming fit becomes the natural byproduct of your identity. If one of your big goals is to get married in the next year, you don't have to obsess over a relationship or be desperate for a partner. Instead, all you have to do is set a different goal, and that goal says that I want to become a better person with better relationship skills so that I can handle conflicts, problems, and everything in between and have the most fulfilling relationships in my life. Now, when you upgrade yourself as a person, what are the chances that you will get the kind of relationship you want? Well, it's pretty high, because the same thing applies in your professional life as well. If you set the goal that I want to make 30 sales this month, and that's a big target and that's a good one, The problem with it is this. If you're still believing, I don't know how to sell, I don't know what to do, how do I talk on the phone? It's not going to happen. That's why the identity goal that you can set here is, I want to become so good at sales that I could talk to a person on the street and sell them on any random thing. Now that's becoming a better person. And once you do that, 30 sales, that's this quick of an action for you, literally this quick. Now, how do you get there? That's exactly what we're going to work on by making this practical, because we are using the smart way here. Instead of depending on your willpower, we are diving into the power of your identity to make 2026 your best year ever. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking, Prabhsimrat, this is exactly my life. Every year I write down my goals, and every year my day-to-day life still looks the same and I'm tired of it. I want to get out of it and actually start living the life that I want. Well, if that's you and you're very ambitious and you want to tap into your potential, that's exactly what I have designed my one-to-one clarity fast track coaching for. Because these videos can help you and they can help you get started. But to go even deeper than that and to understand what is it that you exactly want, create a detailed action plan for that, and to help you achieve the happiness and fulfillment you seek while you're at it, well, that takes a lot of work. And with me as your coach, I can help you accelerate that journey and start getting results in weeks, not years, as I've already done with hundreds of people one-on-one. So if you feel called to this and you're ready to start off 2026 on a high and then take it even further, there's a link in the description. Click on that, fill out the form, and I'll get in touch with you to help you fast track your journey to success. But even before we speak one-to-one, I want you to walk away with a practical result right now. So let's get cracking on that and let's do a little exercise together. If you can, quickly pause this video and grab a pen and a notebook. If you're outside, don't worry, just do this mentally for now, but promise me that when you get back home and when you have the time, you will take a pen and a notebook to make this happen, because I'm telling you, just doing this one exercise will save you hours and hours of confusion and headache over how do you achieve your goals in the next year. Because once you understand this crucial difference, you are going to be on your way to take massive action. So if you're ready for that and you're committed for that, I want you to sit here with that pen and paper now or later, whenever it is. I'm taking this as the promise that you're doing it because you're watching this video ahead. Now here's what I want you to do. With that pen, draw a line in the center of the page. Take the whole page, that's not a problem. And on the left side here, write current me. And then on the right side of your page, write down future me. Just give these two headings. And for now, I want you to focus on this side, that is current me. And here we are not going to write about goals or the things you wanted or all the things that you have or all the complaints that you have with yourself. One page will never be enough. All we have to do here is to write down what our lifestyle is, and in an honest way. Because no one is going to judge you for your creative writing skills here. So give up on that. Don't try to fabricate it. Don't try to make it sound better than it is. Just look at the truth honestly and answer these questions. Think about them and write down your answers. How do you usually start your mornings? How do you feel about yourself throughout the day? When you feel stressed or bored, do you go towards productive things or do you go towards unproductive things? And by the end of the day, how are you feeling? Satisfied and happy or regretful and guilty? And when you're doing all of this, what kind of actions are you taking? Are they more positive or are they more lazy? Now think about these, write down the answers and just be totally honest here. To get you started, I'll give you some examples that I've come across in my coaching. Like for a lot of people, the biggest problem is that whenever I get overwhelmed, I reach out for my phone and I just start scrolling. Then I don't even know where the time went. For some others, the problem is every single day I decide I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. but somehow I always wake up at 7:30 a.m. Then my whole day is ruined. I'm not feeling good and I don't do anything productive at all. And for some other people, the problem is this. I want to do a lot of things, but My office work is too boring, I have to commute a lot and I get so tired and I never get the time to deep work, and so I go back to these things that make me feel good in the moment, but then I feel very lazy. Now these are just a few examples. I want you to go back and think about your current identity, all the things you're doing right now, all the versions of you that you believe are inside your head, and write them down. And you don't have to judge this, because all we're doing here is understanding where your baseline is. And once you get that, you can see your reality and also understand why you're setting all these goals but never achieving them. Because your goals are here, they're on a pretty high level, but your identity and your current beliefs about yourself are here. And is that matching? Not at all. And that's exactly why you're struggling. So the key to making 2026 your best year is not to set another goal. Because once you do that, what's happening? The gap is widening, and then it becomes even more overwhelming to try and achieve all these goals. So instead, now we're going to move on to the second side of the paper, where we're going to bring this identity up to match your goals. Now that's where change, that's where growth, that's where everything that you want becomes effortless. And here's how we make it happen. For this side of the page, I want you to put yourself into the role of a news reporter. And I want you to imagine that you're interviewing somebody very special. And that somebody is the version of you in December 2026, exactly 1 year from now. And what's that version doing? Well, it's simple. They've achieved all their goals, so they're very successful. They've gotten everything they wanted and they've become a whole new person. And your job is simple. Ask them questions and figure out, what do they believe? How do they start their day? How do they take action? How do they deal with setbacks? How do they deal with challenges? How do they deal with success? How do they deal with failure? Everything that you would want to learn from a successful person, do just that. But here's the fun thing. You're learning that from the future version of you, not from somebody else. So when you do that, right, imagine that the person is answering you, and they're answering you in present tense, because of course that's how an interview goes. For example, if you were to ask me, Prabhsimrat, how are you able to do so many coaching calls and help hundreds of people? My answer would be simple. Well, that's because I love to coach people. I love to see the spark ignite in their eyes, and I love to see the transformation that they go through. And that's why I'm able to take action on my coaching so easily. Now you see, it wasn't I will take action. It wasn't I will do this or I will love to see. We are not focusing on the future tense. We are only focusing on the present tense because we want that identity now. So get into that role. Imagine that you're interviewing. Ask all the questions that you want about who they are, what their lifestyle is, and how they are behaving, thinking, and acting every single day. Go into that role, put that hat on, and see the magic that unfolds as you write these answers. Now here comes the most important part. Look at both the columns side by side and ask yourself just one question. What is the one tiny lifestyle shift I can make to go from the current version of me to the future version of me? Now here, before you come up with all your crazy ideas, right, I want you to take a pause, because I know what you're going to do. I know you're going to think, oh wow, this is so easy. So let me make a list of all the actions I want to take and then I'll get cracking on it. Please do not make that mistake. Because here's the thing, you'll not be able to catch up on it. I'm telling you, you will be overwhelmed, you will feel frustrated, and you'll feel like, why did I even try to set the goals? So before you make that kind of a mistake, here's what you do. You ask yourself just this one thing. What's the one shift I can make? Not 5, not 10, not 100, just one. Because you have a whole year to go through, don't you? You don't have to do everything in January itself. If you did, there would be no fun in that. So instead, focus on creating it one shift at a time. So I want you to look at the list, look at point 1 on the left side, point 1 on the right side, and ask yourself, what is the shift I can make? Now, I'll give you an example personally from my life, which I have used to make a powerful shift. So before this year, I love to write, I love to put my thoughts on paper, but somewhere I struggled a bit with consistency. And when I did this exercise, the result was this. For the entire duration of 2025, I've not missed a single week without publishing my newsletter. I gave this example in the last video as well, but now I'm diving a bit deeper into why this shift was possible. Because I stopped asking myself, how do I be consistent in writing every single week? Instead, I said, okay, the current version of me is not really prioritizing writing in the way I would. But the future version of me, oh wow, that guy really knows how to write. That guy can just open his laptop, start typing on the keyboard, and bam, 30 minutes later, he's done. Well, guess what? That's the stage I am at today. All it takes me to write the first draft of my article is barely 30 minutes. I just open it up, I write a title, I get cracking, and I'm done. It's been 49 weeks, 49 articles, almost 49,000 words, and I've been able to do it consistently, but most importantly, effortlessly. Now, why is that? Because I did not make 100 shifts at once. I just made one tiny shift, and here's what that shift said for me. All I have to do is show up as a writer every single day and write some words. That's it. Because I figured out that's what my future version did. So in the start, it took me quite some time to, get back into the habit to really start writing effective prose. But now I am in the habit, I can make it happen effortlessly and easily because I focused on one lifestyle shift, not on the goal of writing 52 articles all at once. Do the same for your goals. The material reality will manifest, the material reality will get created, but it has to begin with your identity, and the way you take action on that identity is to create this lifestyle shift. This is so much more powerful than just writing goals for the next year, because now you're not getting desperate. You're not asking, when will I achieve them? How will this happen? How will I do this? How will I achieve all these big things that I've written down as a list? No. That's not the question you're asking. The only question you're asking now is, did I do at least some things today to become like that future me? Well, that is a simple question to ask. That's not an overwhelming question, but that's also one that moves the needle forward every single day until 365 days later, you become unrecognizable. You become the person you've always wanted to be. You become the person you've always aspired and admired to be. Why? Because you went into that role first. You brought on all the traits and all the qualities of that successful person by doing that future me interview. And this way, you are now going to have the skill to make 2026 the best year of your life. Not because you chased some goals, but because you became better as the person that you are. And because you became better, you close the gap between your goals and your identity. And the more you close the gap, the more effortlessly and easily you are able to achieve those goals. And to make these concrete, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into the comment section below and tell me this. What's the one lifestyle shift that you are going to make for 2026? Don't wait for January 1st or some motivation to cook in. Just do it now, because I know you can. I know that you have that one idea sorted, and because you've done the list, it's right in front of you. So share that with me. Write down what's that one thing you're going to do, and then try it for 30 days. Try putting yourself first. Try putting that identity first. And I'm telling you, you are going to see massive shifts. You are going to see yourself transforming. And can you just do me one favor when you see that transformation happen? You'll come back, you'll reply to your comment and tell me the results that you got and the shifts that you saw. I'd be happy and I'd be honored to read them. And if this video gave you more clarity and showed you a new way to look at goals, hit the like button so YouTube knows that this was helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this every day and every week that help you upgrade yourself to more clarity. And share this video with that one friend who's been making New Year resolutions but never acting up on them, because now it's time for them to finally take that action and grow along with you. And if you really want to fast track this and see the results instantly, then go and check the link in the description. Apply for the program. If you're a fit, I would be honored and thrilled to help you succeed and be a part of making you the hero of your life. It's all possible if we are willing to put in the work. I'm willing to handhold you through that work and help you get the result as fast as possible. So apply there, I'll see you on the other side of the form. But even if not, I'm here to serve you and help you grow every single day. So keep coming back, keep shining. Thank you so much for watching this video and know that you've got this. Start with just one lifestyle shift and see how every single thing in your life completely transforms for the better.